Take your CJ7 all the way to 11. Jeepin' with cool guy.
Well, the scenery's changed a little bit since the last time we took a video. I need to be able to get the body off, I have to drop the gas tank. So you can obviously see that I'm in a better shape than most people because I can see right through to it. You have to take off the bottom bolts here that are all on the skid plate, and then there's 3 bolts on this inner cross member that need to be dropped out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect all the fuel lines. There's 3 of them, 2 that are vapor, 1 that's a return line. Then you got to undo the ground for the sending unit. And then over here you've got your filler tube, and you don't want to disconnect these things too early, which is what I did earlier. I've got a fan running because I basically spilled gas all over the place. So I'm going to take out these bolts across here, take out those bolts, disconnect the lines, the fuel lines, the ground line, and then ultimately I'll disconnect the hose inside of the wheel well that goes up to the filler cap. So let's get on that now. Got a mask on, a little bit of fuel fumes kind of getting to me. For my vehicle, these are 9/16. I really doubt that this is consistent with everybody else's. So, see how that works out. I put 2 floor jack stands underneath the skid plate for this so that when I do drop it down, it doesn't go anywhere. But for right now, I'm going to take off the connector, fuel connectors, and the ground lines. The ground line is right on this cross member, just like that. 3 lines, the main connectors. I don't know if these things are going to spit out gas or not. Let's find out. I'm going to get a pair of pliers and some way of marking these so that I know what fuel lines go to where, even though eventually I'm going to wind up replacing all the fuel lines anyways, just for posperity's sake, I suppose. So once you get these the hose clamps undone and you got these all marked, just use a pair of pliers and lightly grip it and keep moving it back and forth. You can almost hear it pop. Why am I wearing rubber gloves? Well, this is gasoline. I don't really need to get this stuff all over my hands. So once you break that seal, then you can pull these right off. And now you got those disconnected, that disconnected. Get your sending line or your sending wire undone. These hose clamps we'll take care of last. Once we drop this down a little bit. Okay. Let's move on to the bolts. Yeah, that's a lot of washers. Huh. Don't think that's standard operating procedure. So I got that one. Alright, now we're down to our last 2. I'm going to make sure that this skid plate is supported well enough. Well, that didn't sound good. Right. Gonna edge that off. I do know that this. Okay, so skid plate is now resting on my jack stands. I am going to disconnect the hose couplings behind the filler cap over here. And then I think that ultimately I can let this thing drop. Still a little weary of it. I don't know if I've got it supported right, so I'm going to make sure I've got that done before I move forward. You can tell what kind of a rig job you got going on when you have to take off 7 different bolts and 2 different screws and nuts, and none of them are the same. So he was holding it on with a sheet metal screw. That's brilliant. Well, there you go. I've got it dropped out. Now I'm going to try and figure out how to get this thing out underneath the vehicle without spilling gas all over the place. But that's how you drop your gas tank out.